Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to your new moon in Taurus astrology predictions for the 12 zodiac signs. I am so excited for this new moon. This is going to be very important because it's the first activation of the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction point. The new moon is happening at 18 degrees and 2 minutes in the sign of Taurus on May 7th at 11:22 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please keep in mind that I do Western astrology and tropical zodiac. But like I said, I am so excited for this new moon because at the time of this new moon, Venus, the ruler of Taurus, is also going to be in the same house, which makes this new moon even more powerful. It marks some new beginnings for a lot of us in a new area of our lives. At the time of this new moon, we also have Mercury in conjunction to Chiron, which talks about healing mentally and also healing when it comes to the way how we communicate. But we also should receive some kind of healing in different areas of our lives that are ruled by Mercury. And I will be talking about those things for the 12 zodiac signs. But generally speaking, I am so excited for this new moon. But let's not waste time. Let's just start with the predictions. Hello, dear Aries, Aries suns, moons, and risings. Welcome to your new moon in Taurus astrology prediction. This new moon is happening at 18 degrees and 2 minutes in the sign of Taurus on May 7th at 11:22 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am so excited for this new moon for you, Aries. That is because I think that this new moon truly and surely activates the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction point. I think you will receive wonderful opportunities to increase your income, maybe to increase your self-worth in a way that it shocks other people. And I just love it so much. I think that for a lot of you Aries, with Mars, your ruler, also being in your sign, in your first house at the time of this new moon, really speaks about you coming to dominance, beautifying yourself, developing your skills and talents, maybe changing your wardrobe. I think that a lot of you will feel driven and pushed to multiply your streams of income and maybe even spend more to increase your self-worth and how you feel in your own skin. I feel like for a lot of you Aries, you may have new job opportunities, maybe promotions, maybe opportunities to come across as confident and strong-willed in front of other people, in front of clients, of family members, of authority figures. And that is because, as I said, Mars is in your first house at the time of this new moon. The second house, where the new moon is, talks about self-confidence and your self-worth and also your talents and skills. So for a lot of you Aries, you may receive and have new opportunities to increase your skill set, what you came in this life as talents. I feel like for a lot of you, you may spend a bit more money or just take care of yourself a bit more so that you can increase your skills and talents for yourself, but also your self-confidence. And I think for a lot of you Aries, through this new moon, you will come across as sexier, more attractive, more beautiful, and I think you will have a wonderful aura about you, which is just wonderful. Venus rules your second house, and that's why it makes this new moon so powerful, because Venus will be in the second house during this new moon. And I think it's just very important for you financially. I think you will have some wonderful opportunities to increase your income. But I would still advise to be aware of overindulgence or overspending, because Venus likes to spend a bit more money when it is transiting the second house. Venus also rules your 7th house, and it may be that you may spend a bit more money for your partner, to buy them clothes, buy them things that are beautiful, that bring them pleasure. You can buy somebody flowers, give them gifts, or it could be the other way around, to where a partner gives you gifts and buys clothes and jewelry for you, to where you feel beautiful in your own skin and happy and appreciative. As I mentioned earlier, Mercury is going to be conjunct Chiron in your first house during this new moon, which talks about you healing the way how you identify with yourself. Mercury rules your 3rd house, which is your thought process, your communication. And I think for a lot of you Aries, during this new moon, you may decide to have a new beginning when it comes to the way how you identify, how you talk to yourself. Maybe you appreciate yourself more when you look at yourself in the mirror. Maybe you like more things about yourself and you feel more confident and appreciative about it. Mercury, as I said, rules your third house, which is communication. So for a lot of you Aries, you may heal and work towards communicating better with other people, to where you are more appreciative of their feelings, of their perspectives and how they view things. And if you are in the writing, publishing, sales, and marketing industries, you may receive some important exposure to where you are in the center of the attention during this new moon. And it's important to mention that Mercury also rules your sixth house. So I feel like for a lot of you Aries, you may have some type of healing when it comes to your physical body, when it comes to your daily routines, your holistic approaches when it comes to your health. And also in your job, I feel like for a lot of you may receive some kind of promotion, to where you have some kind of new beginning and some type of healing in your job. And Chiron transiting your first house in conjunction to Mercury that rules your sixth can talk about you healing from low paying jobs that you may have had in the past, to where you didn't feel very appreciated. But now this new beginning can talk about you taking a further step, maybe receiving some promotion, maybe doing something on the side to where you receive more income. And generally speaking, you can increase your income, but also your expenditures, with Venus also transiting this house. And you're at the same time healing from multiple things when it comes to your thought process, communication, the way how you relate with your colleagues, your body, your physical body, and your health. I think this is a wonderful, wonderful new moon, Aries. I am so excited. But this is what I have for you. Please, if you liked and resonated with this video, remember to give it a like and to subscribe. Hello, dear Taurus, Taurus suns, moons, and risings. Welcome to your new moon for this year astrology prediction. I am so excited for you, Tauruses. You are the stars of this new moon, and it's so, so important for you, for your sign. This new moon is happening on May 7th at 11:22 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so please make sure to adjust it to your time zone. But this is happening at 18 degrees and 2 minutes in your sign. So I think this is just so important and wonderful for you, Tauruses, for many reasons. One of them is that this is activating for the first time the Jupiter and Uranus conjunction point. And it's also being supported by Saturn, which for you is sitting in your 11th house at this time. I think for a lot of you Tauruses, you will have sudden opportunities for growth when it comes to your identity and yourself. You may also have sudden opportunities to expand your business, to receive more clients into your business, because this also triggers your 7th house of clients, partnerships, and just different people, or people on one-on-one that come into your life. This new moon can also talk about opportunities to beautify your physical body, and with Venus, your ruler, also being in your sign, in your first house during this new moon, it just talks about you just looking attractive, beautiful, sexy, just people wanting to approach to you, and you being magnetic and beautiful. For a lot of you Tauruses, this may also talk about career changes. That is because that Uranus-Jupiter conjunction point is being activated, and Uranus is also conjunct this new moon, but at a wider degree. And Uranus rules your 10th house, which is your career and public reputation. So for a lot of you Tauruses, again, you may have opportunities to either change your career, to expand it, to come across differently to other people in a way that you are more attractive, again, more beautiful, and just people love to talk to you. You are more pleasant to be around. At this time of the new moon, you may also meet people of different backgrounds that are electrifying and make you feel excited about life. And that is because, again, Saturn is supporting this new moon from your 11th house, which is the house of friends, acquaintances, the masses, people that know you. So for a lot of you Tauruses, You may have new opportunities to enter circles circles of friends, groups of people that you feel very comfortable being around. You feel free to express yourself, and you also feel appreciated. For others of you, Tauruses, this new beginning can talk about having an important impact on your long-term dreams and goals. I think Saturn in your 11th house is making you work hard towards your dreams and goals, but this new moon in a beautiful sextile to Saturn can talk about support from Saturn and maybe some type of accomplishment when it comes to your dreams and hopes for the future. This new beginning can also change the way how the world views you and how you identify yourself as. Again, because this is happening in your first house. It could be a bit shocking to other people on how you can come across, but you are just going to feel so comfortable in your own skin and expressing yourself in the way that you want to be expressed. Now, Venus also rules your 6th house, which is the house of physical body, your health, your daily routines, and your day-to-day job. So for a lot of you Tauruses, you may just look very attractive at workplace. Your co-workers may want to really work with you and collaborate with you and teach you things and work with you. For others of you, it could be that somebody at your workplace may be attracted to you. And for others of you, you may also put a lot of attention into beautifying your physical body, taking care of your health, changing daily routines, or starting new ones that really benefit you in your health. At this time of this new moon, Mercury is conjunct Chiron in your 12th house. And this talks about healing. The 12th house is the house of spirituality, other dimensions, our subconscious mind. So I think for a lot of you Tauruses, you are gaining the power to heal yourself from multiple things that are, hidden from the public eye. Now, Mercury rules your 2nd house and your 5th house. So for a lot of you Tauruses, you may be learning from past mistakes when it comes to your finances during this new moon. But you may be doing so behind the scenes. Maybe you are also starting or taking care of some stream of income that is behind the scenes that you are not really telling people about. And for others of you, you may also be working behind the scenes on your self-worth. And with that, Venus in your 1st house can talk about beautifying yourself, taking care of your physical body, behind the scenes, doing some routines to where you just take care of yourself and, in order to feel comfortable in your own skin, but also to heal yourself from past traumas and self-sabotaging patterns associated with your self-worth. Mercury also rules your 5th house, Tauruses. So for some of you, this new moon can bring a sudden opportunity to go on a trip, on a vacation, to kind of retreat from the world, but also to, to have fun and maybe to be a bit more active during this vacation, with Mars being in your 12th house at the time of this new moon. And for others of you Tauruses, you may also have the opportunity to spend time with your children if you have children, and you may be doing so behind the scenes again. Overall speaking, I am so excited for this new moon, Tauruses. This is wonderful, especially for your sign, because it's happening, in your 1st house, and it triggers all of your chart. It triggers your family, your 4th house. It triggers your partnerships, your career and public reputation. So this is very important for you. But what I love about it is the wonderful sextile that it's doing to Saturn, which talks about support in a long-term goal or something that you are doing for your future. But if you liked and resonated with this video, Tauruses, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe. Hello, dear Geminis, Gemini suns, moons, and risings. Welcome to your new moon in Taurus astrology prediction. I am so excited for this new moon, Geminis. This is happening on May 7th at 11:22 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so please make sure to adjust it to your time zone. But it's happening at 18 degrees and 2 minutes in the sign of Taurus. For you, Geminis, this is happening in your 12th house. And the 12th house can be a bit more internal. However, it can bring just wonderful experiences and pleasantness behind the scenes, but to where you feel accomplished and happy within yourself. This new moon in your 12th house marks the first Jupiter-Uranus conjunction activation by planetary transit. So it's very, very important. And for a lot of you, you may have the sudden opportunity to travel abroad, to go on a vacation and a retreat that you will feel very happy, joyful, relaxed, and very excited about it. And that's because this is happening in your 12th house, but also because the ruler of your 12th house, Venus, is in this sign, in this house during this new moon. For a lot of you Geminis, you may have sudden downloads and aha moments from other dimensions, maybe through prayer, through meditation, or other spiritual rituals that you may have, which make you, again, happy and excited, and you just discover something new that makes you feel very fulfilled within yourself. This can also be an excellent time for any rituals that you decide to do under the new moon, an excellent time to kind of create some new positive karma for yourself, because the 12th house is the house of karma. And again, Venus transiting this house is quite powerful, quite strong. And if you want to, attract good things into your life, I would advise to help the poor during this new moon, maybe people who are not as fortunate, to take care of people, kind of behind the scenes, because I feel like you may create some good karma for yourself and attract positive things into your life. This new moon can talk about beginnings through businesses in foreign lands. Maybe you may experience easiness dealing with people overseas and foreigners in general. You may also feel suddenly drawn to just stay behind the scenes and enjoy time in isolation. But I would advise to be a bit careful, because Venus in this house during this new moon can make you a bit overindulgent, to where you don't really want to be outside in the world. You want to spend more time by yourself, or also with your closest people, but kind of do it in isolation. You may also have sudden moments or sudden aha moments related to your subconscious mind, to where you recognize your self-sabotaging patterns and maybe initiate something to heal yourself and to treat them. And during this new moon, lastly, you may also have very active dreams. It's important to mention that Venus also rules your 5th house. So that's why I feel like for a lot of you Geminis, you'll have the opportunity to entertain yourself and go do something behind the scenes, maybe a vacation, maybe just go have fun, because the 5th house is the house of entertainment and fun, and also creative endeavors and artistic pursuits that you may have. And so the ruler of the 5th house in your 12th house can talk about you going after all these things, but doing it behind the scenes. And if you are working in a creative and artistic project, I feel like this new moon is going to be very important for you, especially, again, because Venus rules your 5th house, and in the 12th house, where we can reach other dimensions, it can talk about you just having these revelations and these big understandings that are going to help you a lot in your creative abilities and artistic endeavors or pursuits that you have. Mercury is going to be conjunct Chiron during this new moon in your 11th house. And Mercury is your ruler, and it also rules your 4th house. So for a lot of you Geminis, you may have wonderful opportunities to heal friendships, past friendships. Maybe you may think about situations to where your friends were not very fair to you, but now you are deciding to heal from them and move on. And Mercury transiting your 11th house through a retrograde that we just finished talks about you going back maybe to old friends and healing or reconnecting with them, but in a way that it's healing for your heart and for your soul. And now Mercury conjunct Chiron again in your 11th house talks about you maybe healing from any traumas that you may have received from your friends, but also you wanting to enter new groups of friends, meeting new people that make you feel comfortable in your own skin, and also let you express yourself freely. For others of you, this new moon can talk about you healing from traumas associated maybe with social media, to maybe somebody or some people have not been nice to you, and you now are healing from that and moving forward, moving on with your life. Obviously, that's like very specific and the case for just a few of you, but it can definitely be as an outcome with this new moon. As I mentioned, Mercury rules your 4th house. So again, for a lot of you Geminis, you may spend time with family members in, you know, hidden from the public eye, but also it could be that for some of you, you may host a party or a gathering with family members and also your friends during this new moon. And then for others of you, you may have friends come over to your place to spend time with them, or it could be that, you know, you're going to their house. And that's because the 4th house is the house of your family, of your home environment, and the ruler of the 4th house, Mercury, is in the 11th during this new moon, which talks about you maybe spending time with friends and different acquaintances in home environments, either your own or somebody else's. And lastly, for a lot of you Geminis, you may just be very chatty and talk to people through social media, doing it so from the comfort of your home, instead of, you know, going outside and being out and about. But this is what I have for you Geminis with this new moon. I am so excited about it. I feel like it has, you know, wonderful positive aspects, and I hope that you just have wonderful beginnings associated with this new moon. But if you liked and resonated with this video, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe. Hello dear Cancers, Cancer suns, moons and risings. Welcome to your new moon in Taurus astrology prediction for your sign. I am so excited for this new moon. I think this is going to be wonderful for the most of us. This new moon is happening on May 7th at 11:22 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so please make sure to adjust it to your time zone. But it's happening at 18 degrees and 2 minutes in the sign of Taurus. And for you Cancers, this is happening in your 11th house, which really talks about you achieving and accomplishing a long-term goal and dream that you may have had for the future. This is so exciting. This is so wonderful because the 11th house is such a positive house. And for you Cancers, this is also activating that Jupiter-Uranus conjunction point that we talked about in April. This is the first activation that's happening by transit. So this new moon talks about wonderful new beginnings and opportunities for you to achieve your long-term dreams and goals, to work towards them, and to have open doors and windows for you to receive blessings, opportunities, and to have people come your way to help you achieve these things. This new moon also talks about you being a social butterfly. A lot of you Cancers are getting out of your shell and being out there to socialize and to connect with people. And this new moon can really bring wonderful, pleasant people to be around during this time, and that is because the ruler of the new moon, Venus, is also in this house during the new moon. So this is just a wonderful time to go out there and meet people that are meaningful to you, that make you feel comfortable in your own skin, that let you express yourself freely, authentically, and just make you be joyful and happy around them. In Vedic astrology, actually, the 11th house is associated with financial gains and abundance, and it's a lucky house. So for a lot of you Cancers, I feel like you're just going to be extremely lucky during this time. You may encounter people that help you and that just, you know, help you in some way, show you the way to achieve some type of long-term dream and goal, but also they can benefit you somehow financially, either through advising or literally through finances. Maybe you can associate and learn from these people and individuals that you may meet under this new moon to where it helps you in your long-term dreams and goals for the future. What I really love about this new moon also is that it's being supported by Saturn in a beautiful sextile from your 9th house, which talks about luck from legal matters and people helping you in legal matters. You can be friends, acquaintances, and you may also learn through technology, maybe just by doing a lot of research and trying to understand legal matters, you know, if that is something that's happening in your life. But for others of you, this can also talk about support from higher education institutions. Maybe some of you have been wanting to get a higher education degree, and so you receive some type of okay, some type of green light associated with these institutions. The ninth house is the house of spirituality, of spiritual gurus and mentors. So for a lot of you Cancers, under this new moon, you may meet somebody very important that is going to have some kind of effect in the way how they counsel you and how advise you, that brings you a lot of, again, joy and pleasantness, and lets you express yourself freely, but they also benefit you in the long run because, we have this wonderful connection between the ninth house and the 11th house. This new moon can also talk about, again, connecting with people that you share the same belief system with, that you share the same opinions and the same understanding with. And under this new moon, with Saturn being involved here, you may create some kind of acquaintances and friendships that are going to last you for a long time because Saturn is involved. And Saturn is the planet that ensures long-term effects of something, of some transit. So this new moon is very, very important for you to meet wonderful people in your life, but also to achieve, long-term dreams and goals for the future. Venus also rules your 4th house. So this can talk about you also achieving some type of dream and long-term goal associated with real estate properties, associated with interior designing, your family members, family dynamics. Maybe you are going to socialize more with like your cousins, your extended family members. And when you do so, it's going to feel quite joyful and pleasant. At the time of this new moon, we have Mercury conjunct Chiron in your 10th house. So for a lot of you Cancers, you are understanding what you are supposed to be doing in this lifetime. And also because the North Node is also transiting this house for you. But you are also healing from past mistakes that you may have done associated with your career. And with Mercury being here, you have some type of understanding now. And you want to move forward with whatever you have realized when it comes to your career. For others of you, the 10th house is associated with your public reputation. And again, for a lot of you Cancers, you may be healing when it comes to your career and how you want to be known into the world and how your reputation is, what you're known for, and how people recognize you. Mercury rules your 12th house. So for a lot of you Cancers, you may also have been doing some inner work when it comes to healing yourself, again, in your self-sabotaging patterns and the way how you talk to yourself and how you feel in your body. And you may have been doing so by pursuing spiritual things, maybe astrology also, maybe religion, to be able to heal yourself from past mistakes and to come across into the world and into how other people view you as more pleasant, as more fulfilled, and also healed, from past mistakes. Mercury also rules your 3rd house, which is the house of communication and our thought process, and also writing, publishing, sales, and marketing. So if you are in any of these industries, Cancers, you may receive some type of understanding on your past mistakes, something that was not working in the past, and now you are moving forward with whatever you understand and what you want to be doing for moving forward in the future. So this new moon just seems wonderful, Cancers, for most of us. Obviously it depends on everybody's personal charts, but I think this is wonderful, and especially for you in such a positive house, I feel like you're going to receive some wonderful blessings associated with your dreams and hopes for the future, maybe also in your finances, but also in your social groups. This is what I have for you, Cancers. If you liked and resonated with this video, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe. Hello, dear Leos, Leo suns, moons, and risings. Welcome to your new moon in Taurus astrology prediction. I am so excited for this new moon, especially for you, Leos. This new moon is happening in your 10th house, which is the house of career, public reputation, your status, and what you are known to the world. And this is happening at an angular house, which pretty much means that all areas of your life are going to be activated. Your personality, who you are as a person, your 4th house, which is your family and friends, and also your 7th house, which is the house of partnerships and how you relate to people on one-on-one. But this new moon is happening on May 7th at 11:22 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so please make sure to adjust it to your time zone. And this is happening at 18 degrees and 2 minutes in the sign of Taurus. So if you have any planets and points at that degree, they're definitely going to be activated. But for you, Leos, I am so excited for this new moon because this talks about new beginnings, new opportunities when it comes to your career and your public reputation. You are going most likely to be in the spotlight. You're going to receive some sudden opportunities to change your career, and to be known to the world as somebody else, as somebody different, which could be a bit shocking for other people. And I say that because this new moon is activating the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction for the first time by planetary transit, which is so important. This brings sudden new opportunities for you to just be known to the world in a different way, and also to be known in your career, in how other people view you at your job, in your industry. You may receive some kind of sudden recognition and even promotion with this transit. Another reason why this new moon is so important is because the ruler of the new moon, Venus, is in this exact house, in your 10th house, which gives you the opportunity to come across as pleasant and joyful and fun to be around, very attractive, also very sexy, to where people want to be around you. They may want to help you and assist you with what you need when it comes to your public reputation and your persona. For a lot of you Leos, you may also have a sudden change of status. And with Venus, the planet of relationships, being in this house during this new moon, it can talk about a lot of you having the opportunity to get into a new relationship, maybe going from boyfriend and girlfriend to engaged, from engaged to married, and so on. In a way to where, it surprises the rest of the world. It surprises the people that know you, because this is the most public house of your chart. What I also love about this new moon is that Saturn is forming a sextile to this new moon from your 8th house. And for a lot of you Leos, this can talk about healing from your self-sabotaging patterns. And maybe a lot of you have been working towards your inner world, your mental world, so that you can have a different understanding about yourself and you talk differently to yourself associated with your career and how you want to be known to the world. And with this new moon that's bringing sudden changes into your career and public reputation, being supported by Saturn, which is the planet of long-term effects of any planetary transit, it can really talk about long-term effects of this new beginning that you might have in your life. The 8th house is also the house of shared resources and finances. So for a lot of you Leos, maybe you're using shared finances that you have with a partner or with your family members to make some new beginnings in your career and public reputation and how you want to be known into the world. As I mentioned, Venus is going to be in your 10th house during this new moon, and Venus rules your 3rd house, which is the house of thought processes and communication. So again, I see a lot of changes and healing when it comes to the way how you talk to yourself, and how you approach to your personal dreams and goals that you have, and who you want to be known into the world. The 3rd house is the house that also rules over writing, publishing, teaching, and also sales and marketing. So if you are in any of these industries, you're definitely going to receive some kind of recognition, some kind of spotlight that is going to mark a new beginning, a new sudden beginning for you, for your life, for what you are known into the world. That's definitely going to have an effect in your family dynamics, in your personality and who you identify as a person, but also in your partnerships, in your marriage, and also in your business partnerships. At the time of this new moon, Mercury is going to be conjunct Chiron in your 9th house. This talks about healing from belief systems. Maybe you have realized that some belief systems, some things that you thought to be in a certain way in the past are not like that. And so Mercury conjunct Chiron can talk about you healing from these things and moving forward with your life. And Mercury rules your 11th house. So this can talk about belief systems associated with your friends, acquaintances, with social media. Maybe you are healing from these things and learning from them. What's very important about Chiron is that yes, you are healing, but you are also learning from past experiences in a way that you can even teach it to other people. And with this conjunction happening in your 9th house, a lot of you Leos may be giving advice to other people associated with friendships and also financial gains, because the 11th house is also a financial house. For others of you, Leos, you may have the opportunity to heal from past mistakes that you may have made that were taking you into the wrong path associated with your long-term dreams and goals. Maybe you're learning from them and now you are reassessing your belief systems in a way that you are working successfully or in a more practical way towards your long-term dreams and goals. Mercury rules your second house also, and this can talk about you earning from foreign lands, earning through foreign languages, earning through international kinds of business during this new moon, if you are any of those industries. But it also can talk about you earning through spirituality or just increasing your self-confidence during this new moon through spirituality, religion, spiritual practices in general. And lastly, for a lot of you Leos, this new moon can mark the beginning of you loving yourself more and appreciating yourself more for what you are worth of. And again, because Mercury in conjunction to Chiron during this new moon in your 9th house can talk about you changing your belief system associated with your self-worth, because Mercury rules your 2nd house. And you may be doing so through research and understanding certain things about yourself and also about certain areas of your life that you want to be changing. So this new moon is just wonderful, Leos. It's happening at an angular house for you. So I think a lot of you will have wonderful sudden beginnings that are going to change your identity, your family dynamics, your partnerships, and it's going to happen in a sudden way. So I'm very excited. I hope that you receive some wonderful blessings during this new moon. If you liked and resonated with this video, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe. Hello, dear Virgos, Virgo suns, moons, and risings. Welcome to your moon in Taurus astrology prediction. I am so excited for this new moon, Virgos. This is going to be most likely very positive for you because it's happening in your 9th house, which is generally viewed as a positive house. This new moon is happening at 18 degrees and 2 minutes in the sign of Taurus on May 7th at 11:22 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure to adjust it to your time zone. But for you Virgos, this can talk about new beginnings when it comes to higher education institutions. If you have been wanting to enter any higher education institution, universities, different schools, then this new moon can talk about a sudden good news associated with these things. That is because this new moon is also activating for the first time the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction that happened in April. This is very important. It's going to bring wonderful sudden new beginnings into your life that are most likely to be positive. In Vedic astrology, the 9th house is the house of good karma. So for a lot of you Virgos, you may have new beginnings associated with good karma in your lives. This new moon can also talk about new spiritual practices that you may begin during this new moon. It can talk about you starting some type of new ritual associated with spirituality, meditation, yoga, and also religion, maybe prayer, maybe any kind of spiritual practice that help you be more happy within yourself and also attract more goodness and be in good terms, with God or the universe to attract abundance and happiness into your life. This new moon can also talk about new sudden opportunities related to foreign travels and also meeting people of different backgrounds and different walks of life. This new moon can also talk about earning through foreign languages, earning through contacting people from different backgrounds, and also having some kind of easiness and new beginning associated with legal matters too, if you happen to have this thing into your life. What I also love about this new moon, Virgos, is that it's being supported by Saturn through a beautiful, positive sextile from your 7th house, which can talk about support from a partner for a lot of you Virgos. Maybe you have a romantic or a business partner that is helping you achieve these new beginnings associated with your 9th house. Maybe your partner is helping you apply for higher education institutions. Maybe they're helping you financially to be able to enter these places. For others of you, you may also go on a foreign trip, international trip with a partner that is going to be quite pleasant and joyful. And why do I say that? That is because Venus, the ruler of this new moon, is also in this house, in the 9th house during this time. This is just a wonderful, wonderful time to go on a trip to foreign lands, a wonderful time to be able to speak in foreign languages and different languages and connect with people of different backgrounds. This is also a beautiful time for a lot of you Virgos to have some kind of easiness and open doors when it comes to legal matters that may have been concerning you or that you have to start and take on during this new moon. Venus also rules your 2nd house. And so this can talk about you earning again through maybe spirituality, maybe higher knowledge. You can earn through any area of expertise that you have, because the 9th house is higher knowledge of any knowledge that we have in this lifetime. If you are knowledgeable, let's say for finance, then you may also earn during this new moon. If you are knowledgeable in, investigations or in gardening, anything that you are a pro at, you can earn financially during this transit. Mercury is going to be conjunct Chiron in your 8th house during this new moon, which is wonderful, wonderful for healing when it comes to your self-sabotaging patterns and your mental health, and also the way how you talk to yourself. This is a wonderful time, a wonderful new beginning where you can start to implement maybe routines that help you in your mental health and your self-sabotaging patterns to be able to heal from them and move forward into your life. With this new beginning, with this new moon, a lot of you Virgos can achieve healing when it comes to your shared resources and shared finances with a partner. And I think with Saturn giving support from your 7th house of partnerships, this can maybe talk about a partner really accepting to help you somehow, maybe even financially, associated, with any kind of plans that you have in your 9th house. With higher education and foreign travels and your belief systems also. Mercury rules your 10th house, which is the house of career and public reputation. So for a lot of you Virgos, you may be reflecting with this new beginning and deciding to learn from past mistakes associated with your career and how you're known to the world, and deciding to move forward with more positive thinking, more positive feeling towards yourself, your identity, who you are as a person, because also, Mercury rules you, your personality, your identity. So for a lot of you Virgos, I feel like you are really healing within yourself, and especially your thought processes during this new moon. I think this is wonderful, wonderful new moon, Virgos, also because it's happening in a fellow earth sign, and it's creating a beautiful trine to your sign. Wonderful new beginning for you when it comes to creating good karma, and also to improve your finances, your belief systems, and to connect with people of different backgrounds and of different, understanding of life, but also spiritual people, because the 9th house is also the house of spirituality. This is what I have for you Virgos. I wish you the best of luck, and if you liked and resonated with this video, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe. Hello dear Libras, Libra suns, moons and risings. Welcome to your new moon in Taurus astrology prediction. The new moon is happening on May 7th at 11:22 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So please make sure to adjust it to your time zone. But it is happening at 18 degrees and 2 minutes in the sign of Taurus. And for you Libras, this is happening in your 8th house. I am so excited for this new moon because it has a beautiful harmonious aspect to Saturn, which is sitting for you Libras in your 6th house. However, the new moon is happening in the 8th house, and for you that talks about new beginnings and sudden new beginnings also associated with your shared finances and resources. This new moon really marks the first activation of that Jupiter-Uranus conjunction point, which can talk about new sudden opportunities to increase your shared finances that you have with a partner or with your family members, and also to increase and to earn from investments and other people's money. The 8th house is also the house of transformation. So for a lot of you Libras, you may have this sudden inspiration to transform yourself, especially at the subconscious level, to heal from self-sabotaging patterns and transform yourself into somebody that is approachable, that is more pleasant to be around, It is more beautiful, also attractive and sexy. And I say that because the ruler of this new moon, Venus, is also in the 8th house. And the 8th house is also the house of sex. It's naturally ruled by Scorpio. So for a lot of you Libras, you will come across as more magnetic, more attractive. You may have people come to you and approach to you and just really want to spend time with you and just feel very attracted to you. The 8th house is also the house of deep connections. So for a lot of you Libras, you may have the opportunity to have some new beginning on meeting people that you have intense feelings towards, or that they have intense feelings towards you. Especially again with Venus, the planet of romance and love, being in this area of your life during this new moon. The 8th house is also the house of taboo things. So for a lot of you Libras, you may change your mind and transform yourself when it comes to taboo topics, and maybe make some kind of change into yourself to where it takes other people by surprise and it kind of shocks them. And again, that is because this new moon is activating the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction point for the first time. And finally, for a lot of you Libras, you may also receive money from inheritances, from grants, from insurance policies, generally speaking, from other people's money, maybe child support, alimony also. And it is in the form of a new beginning. Something happens that you can receive this amount of money for yourself. Obviously, this is the case for a few of you, but it's definitely there as a possibility. As I mentioned earlier, Saturn is forming a beautiful positive sextile to this moon from your 6th house, which can talk about some type of daily routine that you may have, Libras, in place that is really helping you increase your financial resources, especially the ones that are joined with your spouse and also with your family members. Maybe something that you are doing on a daily basis is really helping you and the other person to increase your income, increase your joint finances. For others of you, maybe some daily routine that you have in place associated with your physical health, maybe a diet, a workout routine, could be supporting you in the long run when it comes to your mental health, your psychological health, and for you to be able to remove self-sabotaging patterns and be more positive within yourself, within the way how you think and how you approach life. That obviously helps you in feeling better about yourself, more positive, more attractive, and it changes the way how you identify and how other people view you. And that is because Venus also rules you. It's your chart ruler, and it's also in this house during this new moon. During this new moon, Mercury is conjunct Chiron in your 7th house, and Mercury rules your 9th and 12th house. This can talk about you Libras finally healing from different relationship patterns that you may have suffered from in the past, maybe insecurities that you've had related to one-on-one relationships with other people. And now through this transit, you are finally healing. With this new moon, you're creating a new beginning that is helping you from within yourself to heal your relationships. This new moon can also talk about some kind of healing to your partner, to where it also affects you and makes you feel more positive. Because Mercury rules your 12th house, it can talk about things that might have happened behind the scenes associated with your partnerships, not in the public eye, that you are trying to heal with a partner. And you might be able to do so and start a new beginning with this new moon in your 8th house. You may have some kind of deep transformation that just changes the way how you view yourself, but also your partnerships. Mercury, as I said, also rules your 9th house, which is the house of legal matters. So for a lot of you Libras, you may have some kind of healing, some kind of improvement when it comes to legal matters if you have those things going on into your life. For others of you, you may have some kind of transformation and change when it comes to your spirituality, your belief systems, and you may be doing so with a partner. Or it could be that your partner just changes the way how they think about their belief systems, about different knowledge that they have in life, in a way to where they heal from past mistakes associated with these things, and they start a new beginning now in a way that it affects also you. The 9th house and the 12th house also talk about long distance travel, foreign lands, foreign people. So for a lot of you Libras, you may be able to fix some kind of situation associated with visas, with foreign travels, that is now finally fixed, and maybe you have made some mistake associated with visas, applications, things like that is now being fixed, and you are finally able to do some foreign travels, especially with your partner. Or it could be that these things are happening to your partner. Obviously this is the case for only a few of you, but it's definitely there as a possibility. I am so excited for this new moon, Libras, because of the beautiful sextile, especially that's made from Saturn, which talks about long-term effects of this new moon. Any new beginning that you are going to start in your 8th house matters, associated with finances, with self-sabotaging patterns, with transformation that you want to make within yourself. It's going to last you for a long time with a beautiful sextile made by Saturn. I wish you all the best in this new moon. If you liked and resonated with this video, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe. Hello dear Scorpio, Scorpio suns, moons and risings. Welcome to your new moon in Taurus astrology prediction. The new moon is happening on May 7th at 11:22 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so please make sure to adjust it to your time zone. But for you Scorpios, this is happening in your 7th house, and I am so excited for this new moon. This is happening at 18 degrees and 2 minutes in the sign of Taurus, and it's being supported by Saturn through a beautiful positive sextile from your 5th house. This is just wonderful, Scorpios. This talks about important sudden new beginnings when it comes to your partnerships. It can be romantic partnerships or business ones. And I say that this could be sudden ones because this new moon is really activating for the first time the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction point, which talks about sudden new beginnings. And for you Scorpios, you may receive some blessings and some opportunities to create some partnership that may be life-changing for you. And that is especially because this new moon is also happening at an angular house, which means that it's affecting you as a person, your identity. It's also affecting your family dynamics and home life, and also your career and public reputation and how other people view you. I feel like for a lot of you Scorpios, you may enter a new partnership that could be life-changing for you. It's going to create some dynamics, some changes into your life that could also be long-term in effect. That is because Saturn is the planet of long-term, of longevity, and forming a sextile to this aspect can talk about long-term effects of this new beginning associated with partnerships. For others of you Scorpios though, if you're not looking into getting into a new partnership, then the 7th house talks about entering some type of agreement, some type of contract that is sudden but can have some long-term effects into your life. And with this beautiful sextile that is being supported by Saturn, can also talk about putting into this contract and agreement some type of creative ability or maybe some type of artistic skill that supports this new agreement and contract. For others of you Scorpios, the 7th house is also the house of one-on-one relationships. So you may have some new beginning with a current person into your life that is going to feel pleasant, joyful, beautiful, and even blissful. And that is because Venus, the ruler of the 7th house for you Scorpios, is going to be in the same house with this new moon. And this is just so beautiful. The 7th house is also the house of open enemies. So for a lot of you Scorpios, you may have some kind of positive outcome with an open enemy with this new moon. Maybe some new beginning to where you settle things down with this person and things become a bit more peaceful with each other. Again, that is because Venus, the ruler of your 7th house, is also in this sign. Now, the shadow part of Venus is also maybe jealousy. And so that could also be as a possibility for some of you Scorpios. However, I still think that this new moon is still more on the positive side. The sextile that's being formed from your fifth house can also talk about children. And for a few of you Scorpios, and this is very specific, you may start a partnership with a romantic partner because they might be pregnant or because you might be pregnant. A child can be associated with this new partnership. Obviously, that's just the case for a few of you, but definitely there is a possibility. The fifth house that's offering the support through Saturn to this new partnership is also the house of financial gains, associated more with luck, with lucky gains, with gambling, and also the stock market. So for some of you Scorpios, you may start a new partnership because of some type of winning that you might have made with a partner, or that you might have made yourself and you decide to support your partner, or it could be that they support you. And obviously, again, that is the case for a few of you, but definitely there is a possibility. Venus also rules your 12th house, which is the house of hidden things. So for a lot of you Scorpios, you may have some type of new beginning with a partner, a romantic or a business partner that is kind of hidden from the public eye and you don't really tell people about it. For others of you Scorpios, you may enter a partnership with a foreigner or with somebody in foreign lands. And again, you may do so hidden from the public eye. For others of you Scorpios, you may just try to heal some kind of relationship again with an existing partner. During this new moon, Mercury is going to be conjunct in your 6th house. And Mercury rules your 8th and 11th houses. This may talk about some type of healing when it comes to your physical body, to your health. For others of you, you are learning from past mistakes when it comes to your daily routines that were not working for you, and now you may want to implement new ones that are more associated with your long-term goals and you want to be achieving in your life. And again, that is because Mercury rules your 11th house, which is the house of long-term dreams and hopes for the future. And the 6th house is the house of daily routines. So maybe you are implementing things on your day-to-day life that could be life-changing for you and could put you on the right track to achieve some type of long-term dream and goal. As I mentioned, Mercury rules your 8th house, which talks about self-sabotaging patterns and psychological health. So for a lot of you Scorpios, you may be healing from self-sabotaging patterns. You may have been recognizing them, accepting them, and trying to heal from them with this new moon. You may be starting something that is just life-changing to you when it comes to your mental health and puts you in the right track to where you feel more healed from within, and that could also create some new beginning associated with your physical health. Whatever you work in your mind and transform within yourself can be reflecting on your day-to-day life, in your physical health, but also in your daily job, in your communication with your coworkers, in the way how you view yourself when it comes to relating to other people. I think overall this new moon is just wonderful. It's a beautiful one. And for you Scorpio specifically, it's at an angular house. So it really affects you as a person, but also your partnerships, your family dynamics, and how other people view you. I am so excited for this new moon. I hope you receive some wonderful blessings. And if you liked and resonated with this video, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe. Hello Sagittarius suns, moons, and risings. Welcome to your new moon in Taurus astrology prediction. I am so excited for this new moon. This is happening at 18 degrees and 2 minutes in the sign of Taurus on May 7th at 11:22 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So please make sure to adjust it to your time zone. But I am so excited for this new moon because this really marks the first activation of that Jupiter-Uranus conjunction point that we had in April, which talks about sudden new beginnings that could be more on the positive side of things. That is also because the ruler of this new moon, Venus, which is a benefic planet, is also going to be in the same house during the new moon. And Saturn is also forming a beautiful positive sextile from your 4th house of family, of home, of family dynamics, ancestry, real estate, and properties. But for you Sagittarius, this new moon is happening exactly in your 6th house, which is the house of your physical health. For a lot of you Sagittarius, you may have sudden new beginning when it comes to your physical health and your physical body. You may start to feel better in your physical body, but also more beautiful, more attractive, more sexy. That is because, again, Venus is also going to be in this house during this new moon. This can also talk about healed relationships with your co-workers in your day-to-day job, because the sixth house rules your work, whatever you are doing in your daily basis. For a lot of you Sagittarius, you may have sudden new beginnings with a co-worker that is more on the pleasant side, on the positive side, to where you can understand each other better, you can communicate better, and you can also relate to each other more. This new moon in the sixth house can also talk about you implementing some new daily routines that are going to be positive for you, especially in your long-term goals and plans for the future. And that is because Venus rules your sixth house, but also your 11th house, which is the house of long-term dreams and goals. So for a lot of you Sagittarius, you may be implementing new daily routines that make you happy from within you, that just make you feel positive and grateful about your life, about yourself on a daily basis. And I think that's just so beautiful for you to be able to attract abundance into your life and to be able to attract fulfilled wishes and dreams for the future. You may also be implementing with this new moon new routines when it comes to talking and socializing to other people more, maybe to spend more time with your friends, with your acquaintances, and to be able to relate to them more and also to communicate with them more. This new beginning in your sixth house can also talk about you implementing new daily routines associated with social media. Maybe some of you may be posting more and sharing more about your day-to-day life that is also perceived in a positive way from people that know you. As I mentioned earlier, Saturn is forming a sextile, is supporting this new moon in a positive way, doing so from your fourth house. So this can talk about wonderful support from your family members, from your parents, just your family in general. They may be supporting you in your new diet that you may be implementing, maybe in your new workout routines, maybe in just daily routines that you are now starting to do, but also it could be support from family members, maybe emotional support also in you improving your relationship with your co-workers. And as I mentioned, the fourth house is also the house of emotions. So for a lot of you Sagittarius, you may be doing internal work, especially with Saturn transiting your fourth house. You may be doing internal work within yourself to where you feel more stable in your emotions and you know how to approach to them and understand them. And this is having a positive effect in this new beginning in your sixth house. This emotional work that you're doing within yourself can help you improve your daily life on a daily basis, improve your health, improve your communication with your coworkers on your job, on your day-to-day work. The positive aspect from Saturn in your fourth house can also talk about you doing certain things from your home environment, maybe starting daily routines in your home environment, maybe working out from home, maybe changing your cooking style within your home in a way that it positively affects you. But you may be doing so in a sudden way. And the effects of this new moon may be more on the positive side. Now, obviously, this depends on your personal chart also. But generally speaking, this new moon has positive aspects. During this new moon, Mercury is going to be conjunct Chiron in your fifth house. And this can talk about healing when it comes to your relationship with your children, if you have children. And if you don't, it can talk about you healing from past traumas and family stories and dynamics related to children in a way that you transform the way how you think about having kids in general. For others of you, this can talk about some type of healing associated with your creative and artistic abilities. Maybe you might have made some past mistakes associated with these things, and now you're learning from them, you are accepting them, and you are embracing the creativity that you have and also the artistic talents that you are given. Mercury rules your 7th and 10th house. So this can talk about healing when it comes to some type of partnership and that is also associated with children. Maybe some of you, this is very specific, but for some of you Sagittarius, you may have a partner that does not want to have children, and this Mercury conjunct Chiron in your 5th house can talk about some type of healing when it comes to this belief system associated with kids, especially related to a partner. For others of you, you may be learning from past mistakes associated with your career and public reputation. Maybe some of you Sagittarius might have suffered from something that people may know about you, and now you are accepting that and healing from it and moving on with your life. And this Mercury conjunct Chiron in your 5th house, which is generally seen as a positive house, as a joyful one, can really talk about healing, but also being joyful and happy and excited about it. Just having a positive outlook in life. And I think this is specifically beautiful and wonderful, especially because Saturn has been transiting your 4th house, which is an angular house for you Sagittarius. I think this new moon is just wonderful and can bring some positive changes into your life, especially in your day-to-day life. And I think this is just so wonderful because, feeling happy and joyful on a daily basis and with Venus being there during this new moon is just wonderful and positive for you Sagittarius. This is what I have for you generally speaking. The effects of this new moon will also depend on your personal chart. Keep that in mind. This is a general reading, but I really hope you receive wonderful blessings. And please, if you liked and resonated with this video, please give it a like and remember to subscribe. Hello, Capricorn suns, moons, and risings. Welcome to your new moon in Taurus astrology prediction. The new moon is happening on May 7th at 11:22 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at 18 degrees and 2 minutes in the sign of Taurus. And for you Capricorns, this is going to be a wonderful new moon. That is because this is happening in your 5th house, which is the house of joy, of entertainment, of fun, creativity, artistic abilities, and also children. And the beautiful thing about this new moon is that it's being positively aspected by a beautiful sextile from Saturn in your 3rd house. I think this is just a wonderful new moon, and especially for you Capricorns, because this is happening at a fellow earth sign, creating a beautiful trine to your sign also. The 5th house, as I mentioned, is the house of creativity. So for a lot of you Capricorns, you may have a sudden new beginning associated with your creative abilities and artistic skills that you may have that you want to share with the world. And I say it could be a sudden one because this new moon is the first activation of that Jupiter-Uranus conjunction that happened in April in your 5th house. This is just wonderful, Capricorns, because for some of you also, you may have the sudden opportunity to have a financial windfall, especially by earning money through luck, which can be by gambling, winning the lottery, but also through the stock market. And that is because for a lot of astrologers, the 5th house rules the stock market. The 5th house is also the house of children. So for a lot of you Capricorns, you may have a new beginning associated with having a new baby joining you in your family, or it could be that you are starting a new beginning with your current child to where you start a more pleasant and joyful and fun relationship with them. That is because Venus, the ruler of this house, is going to be in your 5th house also during this new moon, which talks about feeling pleasantness, feeling joy, being blissful, just being very happy in general. The 5th house is also the house of romance. So for a lot of you Capricorns, you may have a sudden new beginning with a romantic partner, but you may come across as very flirtatious, playful, attractive, beautiful, sexy, to where you attract the other person and they really like you. I feel like this new moon is more on the positive side. It could also be the other way around, to where you feel very attractive to a beautiful and attractive other human being with this new moon, and you can also start some type of romance. Saturn sextiling this aspect from your 3rd house can talk about a grounding approach when it comes to the way how you communicate with this romantic partner, the way how you communicate with your children, and also how you approach your creative and artistic abilities during this new moon. Saturn can also talk about taking a practical approach in the way how you think about all these things. And if you are in the writing, publishing, sales and marketing industries, through your creativity, then this can talk about some sudden new beginning that can put you in the right path when it comes to these industries. Venus rules your 10th house, and as I mentioned, Venus is going to be in your 5th house during this new moon, which talks about some kind of change maybe when it comes to your status. You can change from being single to maybe dating, from dating to a relationship to engagement, and then to marriage and things like that. For others of you, this can talk about changing the way how other people view you to where you come across as more beautiful, more playful, more attractive, and more fun to be around. The 10th house is also the house of career. So for a lot of you Capricorns, you may be using your creative abilities to be able to approach some type of project in your career. At the time of this new moon, Mercury is going to be conjunct Chiron in your 4th house. And the 4th house rules our emotions, but also our family dynamics. So for a lot of you Capricorns during this new moon, you are healing your emotional state. You are working towards feeling better in your own skin, and also healing from past traumas, especially associated with your childhood, with your past, and even your ancestors and past lives. Mercury conjunct Chiron in your 4th house can talk about healing your relationships with your family members, with your parents, with your extended family, but also healing from histories related to your ancestors. Again, Mercury conjunct Chiron in your 4th house can talk about you learning through this new moon and having a new beginning when it comes to the way how you approach your real estate and also your properties and also your interior designing. And lastly, for a lot of you, you may also change the way how you approach your family members and your family dynamics in general. Mercury rules your 6th house. So for a lot of you Capricorns, you may be healing and fixing the way how you go about your day-to-day basis, your day-to-day life. You may be creating some new routine for yourself to where you feel more happy, more joyful, more pleasant on your day-to-day basis. For others of you, you may be changing your diet and also your workout routines, but probably doing so in the comfort of your home. For others of you, with Mercury ruling your 6th house, which is the house of your day-to-day job, during this new moon, you may have some type of healing and improvement when it comes to your relationship with your colleagues, especially if you are one of those people that works from home. Mercury also rules your 9th house, so this can talk about healing in your belief system, in spirituality, and also traumas that can be associated with religion or any spiritual beliefs that you may have as a person. And you may be doing so by collaborating with a family member, and you may also be doing so by discussing it with, your parents and other family members that you may have. The 9th house is also the house of legal matters. So for a lot of you Capricorns, you may also have some new beginning associated with legal matters, especially with the house, with real estate properties and land in general. But this is a general reading, Capricorns. Of course, this is going to depend heavily in your personal chart. So please make sure to base the prediction on that. But other than that, if you like it, resonated with this video, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe. Hello Aquarius suns, moons, and risings. Welcome to your new moon in Taurus astrology prediction. I am so excited for this new moon, Aquariuses. This is happening on May 7th at 11:22 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So please make sure to adjust it to your time zone. But it's happening at 18 degrees and 2 minutes in the sign of Taurus. And for you Aquariuses, it is in the 4th house. I think this is a wonderful new moon that marks a new beginning, especially in your home dynamics, your real estate, and the way how you relate with other people and your emotional world. For you Aquariuses, this is happening at an angular house, which means that you might have new beginnings and new changes also in your identity and who you are as a person, in your partnerships, and also in your career and public reputation. This new moon is marking the first activation of that Jupiter-Uranus conjunction that we had in April. So this can talk about a sudden opportunity, Aquarius, for you to move into a new house, a new apartment, a new city, country. You may be completely changing your home environment during this new moon. And it will most likely feel very pleasant, very joyful, because Venus, the ruler of this new moon, is also going to be in your 4th house. Which can talk about being happy, but also being in a beautiful environment that you really enjoy. For others of you Aquarius, during this new moon, you may heavily improve your relationships with your family members, maybe your parents, and also your extended family. You may be able to relate to them a bit more, and also to have a softened up communication with them. For others of you, this new beginning can talk about you going into a new, bigger house, moving into a new, bigger house that you feel very happy and very excited about. And lastly, the 4th house is the house of our emotions. So for a lot of you Aquariuses, you may be experiencing some new beginning within yourself, in your emotions, to where you feel more stable and also happier when it comes to them. And that is also because Saturn is forming a positive, beautiful sextile from your 2nd house to this new beginning. And that's why I think that this new beginning is going to be very, very important, but most likely on the positive side of things, because Saturn is the planet of longevity, and the effects of this new beginning could also last for a long time. Saturn is forming that sextile from your 2nd house, which is the house of personal income, your cash flow, and also your self-worth. So for a lot of you Aquariuses, you may feel more self-confident in approaching your family members, in changing the dynamics, and also relating to them more. For others of you, you may have the financial possibility to move into a new place that really makes you happy. It makes you feel very joyful. And for a few of you, it could also be a bigger place, a bigger house in size. Venus, which will also be in your 4th house during this new moon, as I mentioned, is your 9th house ruler. And this can talk about having some type of easiness when it comes to legal matters, especially associated with real estate, but also legal matters that one of your family members might have during this time. The 9th house is also the house of the belief system. So for a lot of you Aquarius, you may be changing and talking about and having some type of new beginning when it comes to your belief systems and also spirituality and religion, especially if you're doing so with your family members or if you're doing so at the comfort of your home. You know, if you would do a lot of research and listen to YouTube videos from your home environment, then there might be something that clicks within you, that you want to make some type of new beginning for yourself in the way how you view the world, how you view your life, and how you relate to other people. At the time of this new moon, Mercury is going to be conjunct Chiron in your 3rd house. And this can talk about healing when it comes to your communication style, the way how you relate with other people, but also your thought process. These are all ruled by the 3rd house. For a lot of you Aquariuses, you may learn from past mistakes and heal from traumas associated with communication and your thought processes and the way how you talk to other people. And you may decide to move forward and to talk maybe in a more playful and fun way. And that is because Mercury naturally rules your 5th house, which is the house of entertainment and fun and joy in general. So for a lot of you Aquarius, you may just find a lot of pleasure and happiness when it comes to communicating with other people during this new moon. Mercury also rules your 8th house, which is the house that rules over self-sabotaging patterns, our psychology. So for a lot of you Aquarius, you may be healing when it comes to your self-sabotaging patterns and also the way how you view yourself, but also in the way how you relate to other people, as I mentioned. The 8th house is also the house of shared resources and finances. So for a lot of you Aquarius, you may be having some type of communication with a partner or family member that you have shared resources with, but doing so in a pleasant and healing way to where you talk about things that were not going well in the past associated with shared resources, and now you're moving towards fixing them and taking care of them together. Mercury also rules over other people's money. So if you are investing in the stock market and if you are in the industry of managing other people's money, then you might also receive some type of positive news, some positive communication during this new moon that consists also of you learning from the past and starting some type of new beginning associated with these things. I am so excited for this new moon, Aquarius. I think it's going to be a positive one for all of us and of course for you as well. But if you like and resonated with this video, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe. Hello dear Pisces, Pisces suns, moons and risings. Welcome to your new moon in Taurus astrology prediction. The new moon is happening on May 7th at 11:22 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure to adjust it to your time zone. And it's happening at 18 degrees and 2 minutes in the sign of Taurus. And for you Pisces, in your third house. I am so excited for this new moon because this really marks the first activation of the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction point, which really talks about sudden opportunities. And for you Pisces, related to communication, to your thought process, but also to writing, to sales, to publishing, teaching, if you are in any of those industries. This new moon in Taurus can also talk about a sudden opportunity for a lot of you Pisces to go on a spontaneous trip that it might turn out to be very pleasant, very joyful, and could make you quite happy. And the reason for that is that the ruler of this new moon, Venus, is also going to be in your third house during this new moon, which makes this very, very powerful. And it could really be a very pleasant and joyful period for this month. The other important thing about this new moon is that Saturn is forming a sextile to this new moon from your first house, which really talks about longevity and long-term effects of this new moon. So for a lot of you Pisces, you may have some new beginnings associated with the way how you communicate with other people, on the way how you talk to them and how you relate to them. You may also have new beginnings associated with your thought processes, to where you might exercise more positive thinking, to where you may come across as more joyful, more fun to be around, and also more attractive in the way how you talk. Maybe you might start to use the right words when you communicate with people with this new moon in your third house. The third house, as I said, is also the house of writing and publishing. So for a lot of you Pisces, if you are in that industry, writing a book or articles or anything associated with writing and publishing, then you might receive some sudden exposure, some new beginning that could really turn out to be good and could last for a long time. Again, with Saturn creating this beautiful sextile from your first house, which is your house of identity and your personality. So for a lot of you Pisces, you may be the initiator of some type of communication, some type of writing, publishing activity that you may do. Or it could be that you are initiating, again, positivity and happiness and joyfulness when it comes to your thought process and also in the way how you talk and relate to other people. Venus rules your 8th house also. So for a lot of you Pisces, you may have sudden important communications associated with shared finances, and you may do so with your partner, with your family members, with business partners, whoever that you have shared resources and finances with. You may have to sit down and talk about these topics, but you will probably do so in a pleasant way, in a way to where you agree with each other and you accept each other. And again, it's because this is happening in Taurus, but also because Venus is going to be in this house during the new moon. The 8th house is the house of self-sabotaging patterns and our psychological mind. So for a lot of you Pisces, again, I feel like you're working towards your thought processes and the way how you talk to yourself, and also you're maybe trying to improve your self-confidence, and may also be acknowledging things that are not working for you in your psychological mind that you may want to improve through this beautiful new moon that we'll have. The 8th house is also the house of other people's money, or earning income through other people's money, such as insurances, taxes, managing other people's income. So for a lot of you Pisces, you may have, again, important communications to do associated with these things. And also you might have aha moments related to your investments and how you can make money through other people's money. At the time of this new moon, Mercury will be conjunct Chiron in your second house. So for a lot of you Pisces, during this new moon, you may be learning from your past mistakes associated with your personal income and how much money you make. You may be healing from financial traumas that you may have had in the past, and now you're deciding to move forward, making your income for yourself. But you might also be doing so through collaboration with family members or your partner. And that is because Mercury rules your 4th and 7th house. The 4th house is the house of family members, real estate. So for a lot of you Pisces, you might earn income or have some type of new beginning associated with income that you may take through your real estate properties, or simply income you can make through collaborations with family members. For others of you Pisces, Mercury rules your 7th house, so it can be that you might have important new beginnings associated with your partnerships, but especially talking and related to things with your personal income and how much money you can make. And for others of you Pisces, this new moon can mark the beginning of the way how you look at yourself, your self-confidence, and your self-worth. And that is because Mercury, the ruler of your 4th and 7th houses, is in your 2nd house, which is the house of self-worth, the way how you view yourself, your talents, and your skills that you have as a person. And you may be healing from traumas from family members and partners that maybe have not valued you for who you are. And through this new moon, you are starting to practice some positive thinking and positive approaches in the way how you talk to yourself and how you view yourself in the mirror. I feel like this is going to be a wonderful, positive new moon, Pisces, also because it's happening in an earth sign, which it positively aspects you, your sign. So I think it's just a wonderful, wonderful beginning that could bring some sudden changes, but that most likely are going to be pleasant. Obviously, this depends on your personal chart, but this is a general reading. This is what I have for you, Pisces. I hope you receive wonderful blessings during this new moon. If you liked and resonated with this video, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe.